Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'll be talking about an important topic for parents or anyone who is planning to raise a family here in Germany, and that's about the German educational system. For this video I'll be focusing mainly on the daycare and kindergarten system here in Germany. So in Germany we have like different forms of childcare, and Kita is one of them. In the Kita you have like a kindergarten for kids between the ages of 6 months to 3 years old, and then kindergarten, which is for kids between the ages of 3 years to 6 or 7 before they go to primary school level. Now we have different types of kindergarten in Germany. We have the public ones, public kindergarten that is funded by the state, municipalities. Then we have the private kindergartens. We also have the bilingual kindergartens where they don't only speak German, they speak German and another language, maybe German and English, German and French. Then they have integrative kitas where they take care of kids with disability and even kids without disability. They take care of all of them together. Now, in the German kindergarten, every kindergarten is different. Like their primary approach to teaching kids are different. Some kindergartens primary approach is Montessori, some is like outdoor activities, while some it's like they focus on music, some focus on sports, but like generally every kindergarten in Germany focus more on like social skills for the kids, their motor skills, their critical thinking, independence. That's like the general thing they focus on. So they don't focus on anything academic. They don't teach them like addition, subtraction, multiplication table, all those like academic stuff. They don't do that. They focus more on like creative play, crafts, arts and crafts, sports, gymnastics. So before you enroll your child in the kindergarten or in the crepe, first of all do your research and then you apply in a Kita Navigator. A Kita Navigator is like a database here. Every city has it where you input your details and then you see options of different schools in your area. You pick the schools you want and you pick the time you want your child to spend in any school you're picking. So like some Kita Navigator have places where you write like a motivational letter to prove to them why you are worthy, why your child is worthy to be in their kindergarten, but some don't have it. You just put like your name, your profession, if your child has a sibling, choose the schools you want and all. It's usually best to apply as early as possible because in Germany the waiting time for getting a spot in a crepe or a kindergarten can take like up to 2 years or 3 sometimes. So it's better you apply as early as possible. And then also it's best to apply for a school that is within and around where you stay. Like if you ask me, 20 minutes by foot from where you live is best, because looking for a school that is far from where you stay, to me is like very, very stressful. Honestly, in the beginning you might not really consider it stressful, but like with time, over time, you understand that that's not really a good choice. So pick a school that is within and around where you stay. Sometimes you could even walk up to some of those schools and ask them, like even while you're waiting on the waiting list, you can go to the schools in person and ask them question and ask them, because sometimes slots open up like in between times, like when it's not the official time when you receive, because this August September is usually the time when you receive like new kids, but like in other times of the year slots might open up, somebody might leave the kid and stuff. So walking up to them, asking them if there's a sport you're really interested, them seeing your interest can also help in facilitating your application process in getting a spot in a kita here in Germany. Now the people who look after your kids here in Germany are educators. They are the ones who look after the kids in the kita. Now, I think there's a lot of misconception about childcare system in Germany. Childcare system in Germany is not free. Okay, I don't know anyone who tells you it's free. It's not free. There are states, federal states where it's free, but like that's one or two states in the whole of Germany. And okay, for instance, in Berlin, once your child is I think 2 years, is from then it's free. Then in Rhineland Palatinate, from 2 years old, Kita is free. But like Every other state, majority of other states like Munich, Baden-Württemberg, it's not free. You have to pay, and your payment is determined by the family income. How much do your household earns per month, and your child is spending how much time in the school, 6 hours, the whole day. Then also the city, they would check all those things out, make their calculations, and determine how much you pay. So like, it's not like everybody's paying the same amount. Now if you're not that financially buoyant enough to pay, you could always apply for like a voucher. It's called a Kita Got Shine. You go to the youth and welfare office of your city, the Jugendamt. They will give you like an application form you have to fill. You have to let them know how much you earn and why you deserve to be given the voucher, and then the voucher will be given to you. So like the voucher would slash the amount of money you're supposed to pay. Like that, it will give you like a subsidy of what you're supposed to pay. Now some kitas, you also, aside from the monthly amount you pay for the kita, you also pay for like food in the kita. Some kita offer kids like food that they cook lunch, and you pay for it monthly aside from the money you pay. But then some kitas don't offer food. I think I've heard people who pay very expensive, like in places like Munich. Yes, I've heard people who pay very expensive. So I don't want to give like a range of the amount of money you can pay. So now there are different things you should expect from your child once they've started going to a pre-P or a kindergarten. First, especially for kindergarten, first is independence. Okay, kids who maybe at home they don't normally know how to wear their shoes themselves without assistance, wear their clothes themselves and stuff like that, they tend to learn these things very fast over time, like independence, how to pack up their toys when they're done playing. Those are the kind of things you get to see more often. Social skills, it depends on the child, but I feel like a lot of children, their social skills improve. Another thing is expect that from time to time the child will just be falling sick, like like when different people are together in sharing it, an enclosed space and all that, like that part, just expect it. There's nothing to be worried about, but just expect that from time to time one illness and that. Okay, there was a time my daughter had like diarrhea and stuff. When we went to the hospital, and the first question the doctor asked me was like, does she go to a kindergarten? I'm like, huh, is that, do they distribute things like that there? That was something like that. So yeah, that's one of the things. Motor skills, like sport activities and stuff, like you just get to expect your kids to now start having new things that they want to explore, like new type of sports and activities, games and stuff. Just that whole exploration stuff is like something you should expect from your child once they've started going to kindergarten. Once your child has been enrolled in a kindergarten or a krippe, the next phase is the Eingewöhnung phase. And now this Eingewöhnung phase is like the adjustment phase. This phase is where the parents, either the mom or the dad, comes with the child to the institution, and then let me say on the first day you come with the child, you stay with the child in the classroom, then they ask you to leave the child for like 5 minutes, and then they see how the child is able to respond to your absence. It was a child cranky, was a child crying, was a child playing, was a child okay. Now if it went well with just 5 minutes, they will extend it to 10 minutes. You will stay away from the child for 10 minutes. The next day, they'll extend it to 15 minutes. And they keep increasing the time until the child is able to adjust properly. And now, this happens for both little kids, like babies who go to krippe, or for like kids who go to kindergarten, like toddlers. For our kids, the first week was okay. But the second week, she relapsed, and then we had to start the whole process afresh again. So that phase was not funny at all. Now how fast the child is able to cope without your presence is how fast you guys are going to be able to be done with that phase. So the phase can last for 2 weeks, a whole month, sometimes 2 months, and then you guys will give break and start afresh. And oh my god, it's not just an easy phase at all. So brace up for that phase, because I was surprised about it, because where I'm coming from, it's a completely different approach and pattern that we use. But here, that's the way they do it here in Germany. Taking your child to a pre or a kindergarten is not compulsory. Like, nobody's going to fine you for not taking your child to a pre or kindergarten, but it's advisable, especially for we foreigners, because like that's the foundation. That's where the kids learn to culturally integrate into the society for the first time. And you know, one of the things most of us are usually worried about, I was also worried about it at first, is the fact that the language you speak at home might not be German. Like in our house, we speak English and Igbo, but my daughter knows how to express herself in English. So I was worried about her going to just not a bilingual kid, a German kid, how will she be able to cope and cope? But honestly, these kids are smarter than we think. Like, they assimilate and absorb things way, way faster and better than we do at times. Like, even when they are not able to express themselves so well in speaking it, but you will be surprised that they are able to understand it faster than we would as adults. So that's not something I think you should actually over worry yourself about. At enrollment, the only document you'll be asked to bring is the yellow book. Now, the yellow book is a book that contains the medical history of the child, because when you recently have a baby in Germany, or when you relocate with kids to Germany, at your first doctor's appointment, that's at the pediatrician, you'll be given that yellow book where they will document the child's medical history, the vaccinations the child has taken. So the school needs that book because they want to know all the vaccinations the child has taken, the history, if there is any allergy they should be aware of. So like, that book is like super, super important. Also, the contract will be issued to the parent as well by the school, and both parties would have to sign in the contract. Like, one person cannot make decision on behalf of both parties. Like, the father cannot say, oh, I'm signing this on behalf of me and my wife, that kind of a thing. Like, mother will have to sign, father will have to sign. They both have to be in agreement. The only way that will not happen is when you have sole custody of the child and you prove to back it up that you have sole custody of the child. That's how it works here. The items you'll be needing when starting the kita will be given to you by the kita. They will give you like a list of things to bring when starting either the kita, either the kindergarten or prepare. Like, for prepare, like their wipes, clothing, pillows, blankets, anything to make them comfortable, extra clothes that stays there. And then in the kindergarten, very similar, just utensils, clothing, school bag for the kindergarten students. Not the school bag doesn't It's not those ones that usually have like very slim and light hands. It's those ones that have like padded shoulders, because sometimes they go on walks and they don't want the kids to feel so burdened by the backpack they are carrying and all that stuff. So you'll be given a list of what items to bring and all that. So the daily routine of a child who goes to kindergarten in Germany is like this: they wake up in the morning, brush their teeth, take their bed, have their breakfast, dress up, go to school. When they get to school, they pull the shoe that they brought to school and then they wear another shoe that stays permanently in the kindergarten. That is called a house shoe. That shoe is what they wear inside the building, and then they go wash their hands and then they go to class. So when they are done for the day's work, they also exchange back the shoe as well, and expect so many art and craft stuff like painting, drawings daily. Expect that, like a lot of it every single day. So yeah, that's just about it. So if you have any extra suggestion or tip or questions you want to ask, just leave a comment below.